Hello, my friends. I am coming at you with some motivation because I know this time of the year can be really tricky for people, especially as we're nearing the end of January. It might feel like you're kind of losing momentum in terms of those goals. You might feel like you are struggling with consistency. You might feel like, how the heck am I going to do this for another 11 months? And all of those feelings are extremely normal. So I want to take a step back here and I'm going to give you some tips for maintaining that momentum beyond this sort of rush of the new year. One of the first things that I want to talk about today is going to be small steps at a time. So, really, when we're thinking about this approach, whatever goals we are setting, we want to make sure that it's something that we can consistently work with, right? So, even if that means that you're moving your goal from every day to 3 times a week, that is something that we want to do, right? Or maybe it's going from, okay, I have this giant weight loss goal to how about we set it up in smaller increments, right? So maybe it's 5 pounds in the next 3 months, right? Just something that's going to actually keep you going, right? This is the point of this is to really break things down and to make them easier, more digestible, and more attainable for you, right? The small wins on a consistent basis or what's going to keep you going throughout the rest of the year. So if you have a big goal right now and it's just feeling really overwhelming, you feel like you can't stick with it, I want to give you permission to give yourself permission to take that goal, modify it. Okay. We're going to take that goal. We're going to take maybe a sub goal of that goal. So just like I said, maybe it's a smaller weight loss goal, or we're going to take that goal and just shrink it a little bit because maybe it's just too unattainable right now. Maybe something happened in life that things got really crazy for you and really busy for you. And so we have to go back to the drawing board and find a goal that works with this season of life for you. Okay. I want you to know that that is okay. The key here is to just not give up your goal completely, right? I want you to have the strength and to have the power to choose a smaller goal if that's something that's going to fit and work better for you at this time. The next thing that I want to talk about is really focusing on the big rocks. So, this is something that I talk a lot about. It's really just the things that actually are going to make a difference, right? I think that it's so easy to get caught up, especially with the misinformation, the over information that we have in the health and fitness industry, to feel like we need to do all these little tiny minutia things when really we just need to focus on the big rocks, like the things that are the most impactful are those bigger things. So don't worry about meal timing. Don't worry about if you need to intermittent fast. Don't worry about the next diet that you're going to be doing. Instead, pay attention to those big rocks. And the big rocks that I like to share with people are really number one, strength training, right? So making sure that we are getting that resistance training in, it's going to be helpful for not only boosting your metabolism and also losing weight. It's also going to be really beneficial just for longevity and confidence. So, really diving into strength training if that's something you have not been doing yet. So, we're going to make sure that we're checking that box, right? Make sure that we've got that done. That's going to be really helpful for us in terms of big rocks. And again, it can be as simple as 2 days a week, right? It doesn't have to be 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Just the minimum is what you are able and capable to do on a consistent basis. All right, the second big rock that we are going to talk about on here is going to be eating enough nutrients. So, this looks like eating enough protein, eating enough carbs, eating enough fats, eating enough vegetables for your body and fruits. So, make sure that you are at least cognizant of the amount of food that your body should be having, especially for my females. We tend to not eat enough for our bodies, especially in the pursuit of a weight loss goal, which can actually be working against us. I do have episodes on this topic, reverse dieting. Make sure you guys check those out if you're not really sure what exactly I'm talking about. Another big rock is going to be hydration. So making sure that you are drinking enough water throughout your day, right? Just making sure that we are staying hydrated. It is so important and it's something that people kind of skip on. So let's make sure that we are staying hydrated as much as possible. Also, quality sleep. This is another big one that I think people kind of dismiss. They think, I don't need sleep. Like, I don't have time for that. I have too many other things going on. You need to sleep. Not only is sleep great for just our overall health and well-being, it's also extremely beneficial from a hormonal perspective, from a circadian rhythm perspective. So making sure that you're syncing with that daily rhythm of your body through sleep. Okay. So sleep as well as stress management. So again, another big rock that people kind of dismiss. Really, guys, you got to get stress in check. It is 2023 and we need to have stress management as a priority in our health and fitness journey. Okay. So, aside from the big rocks, some of the other things that I wanted to share with you in terms of keeping the momentum going is going to be just remembering how you want to feel, right? This is something that we've talked about in previous episodes when we're setting goals, really paying attention to how you want to feel as a result of those goals. So if you can keep that picture in mind, if you can keep that feeling in mind, put yourself in that scenario, put yourself in that situation to actually see what it feels like. Allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to get there and see how it feels, right? And create that feeling for yourself through these goals. And so, another way to think about this, something that a lot of people utilize and something that I've utilized in the past with clients is your big why, right? Like, why are you doing this in the first place? Why is this important to you? Really diving deep into that, diving into more of that intrinsic motivation versus extrinsic motivation. So, the things that are outside of ourselves. What is this goal going to do for us personally, deeply rooted, right? Dive into that. And that's going to be really beneficial for helping you keep that momentum this year. So I hope that you guys are feeling revived after this episode. I hope that you are looking for a new approach to your goals that kind of modifies, that allows you to feel like these are things that you can stick with for the rest of the year. Okay. So if not, go back and listen to this episode. Feel free to revisit it as much as you need on those days where maybe you are feeling like you're lacking momentum, and see what you can adjust and be flexible with your approach and understand that it's okay if it looks different than what it did yesterday. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to this episode. I know that life can be really crazy, and so the fact that you even set aside a few minutes to spend some time with me just means so much to me. If you're wondering how this episode applies to your life or any questions or follow-ups that you have in general, please feel free to let me know. There is a form that you can fill out in the description of this episode that will allow us to connect via email and just have a conversation as to what you are struggling with and where you need support. So if that's something you're interested in, you can find that in the description, and I look forward to chatting with you soon.